Good morning, everyone. I hope everyone is fine, and I hope everyone got the big data marks, exam marks. And yeah, let me ask: anyone have doubt in your paper checking? So you can discuss with me. This is the right time. You can either write down chat box. I believe that you got some your big data exam marks. I don't know whether you got it or not. But yesterday, I think AI subject the marks you got with that, and okay, good. So anyone have doubt? Anyone think that sir, I have written the right answer, but uh, you put it wrong? I mean, you put it less marks like that. So yeah, let me know. I'm here only. So I'll give you 1 minute or 2 minutes time. Meanwhile, if you want to discuss that, let me know. Write down chat box. In this question, there was some like I've written the right answer and there was some wrong thing. And remember, I mean, the same way GTU will ask you the questions. The only thing is one chapter. I mean, paper will be bigger. And yeah, again, I need to clarify that in question 2B, there was a question like you need to write down the job. So job means you are supposed to write down the entire program. You see in a big data in Hadoop, the program known as a job. Okay, one job. I mean, that means one program. Second job, that means second program. Like that. You are not supposed to write down the method. Everyone knows the method, but you are supposed to write down the program. But no one has written the program. Everyone has written regarding the like description only. That is again not applicable, but still I have given the marks whenever I mean you have written something and I have given you the marks. So anyway, I think I'll give 1 more minute time. If you have any doubt regarding your answer, then let me know. I'll be in mute mode for 1 more minute, then we'll start. Okay. Okay, fine. So I think no doubts regarding your answer books. Anyway, so in next mid. we have best of two. So next minute we have three more chapters. So prepare well, okay, and I'll be giving a lot of important things. Not to worry regarding that. Okay, fine. So let's begin Hive. From last time, what we left, I mean, we have performed lot of things. Okay, so let me share the document. Okay, so I hope you can see. So Hive, we are learning Hive actually. What is Hive first of all? Is for structured data. I mean, you see, there are a lot of things that you people, I mean, you people are not prepared well, but the best way to prepare is to read books where thoroughly description is given. So I'm taking all a lot of topics from the books as well as from online materials and I'm making it simple here. So Hive QL, have query language given by Facebook. Okay, I hope everything is visible to you and I'm not able to. Okay. So first we have seen the uh, data type of Hive ID, then name, salary. Then what are data types? In Oracle, we give ID as a number. In MySQL, we give as an integer. But in HiveQL, we have these data types: tiny integer, small integer, integer, big integer, float, double, string, like that. Map, array, structure. So whatever table we create, it creates a dictionary directory. Sorry, and last time I have shown you while the way we created data. There is a small difference is given. So there are two ways we can put tables. One is a managed table, one is external table. So how do we start Hive? Once we start Hadoop, and after we install Hive, we just need to write down Hive, and we can create table like that. Okay, okay. Let me start Hadoop first of all, so the practicals I can show you side by side. Okay, so where is my Hadoop first of all? My Hadoop is in some directory. First of all, I will have to go there, use a local Hadoop. And here cd has been and start all dot sh. Starting Hadoop now. As I told you previously, password is not required whenever you start, but there is some configuration problem, and I'm not resolving it. We'll keep it as it is. A lot of components added after the Hadoop. Spark is there, then Hive is there, HBase is there, Pig is there. So I'm not disturbing this setup. I mean, I have fear that something might get corrupt. And really, I should not keep that fear. But anyway, right now it's working properly, so keep it in this way. It's taking too much time, right? Let me give 1 second. Password. Okay, I didn't give password. Okay, what is JPS? It's a Java Process Service. JPS is a Java Process Service. Okay, so JPS is for what? To know the daemon service of Java. To know the daemon services of Java, Java-based frameworks. Everyone is written the wrong answer. Okay. So JPS, if I give, it will show me these services are available. Okay. So we have name node, secondary name node, data node, everything is given here. Fine. So it's been started. Now I want to start Hive. So usually if you do setup properly and you are just supposed to write down Hive and Hive will start. But uh, I not put that here. So what I will do, I will go to this Hive folder, the Hive, and I will write down Hive. Okay, again it will not work, but I should go cd bin and I need to write down Hive. Okay, I need to write down Hive like that. Now I must start. We'll wait till this. Okay, Hive started. Fine. This is how you get the prompt. This is how you get the prompt. Okay. Oh yes, Nidhi. Okay, you are right. Very right. Which Java-based processes are working? Remember, JPS full name is Java Process Services. So Java-based services we need to know. That's why JPS is there. Okay, fine. Yeah. So what I was telling you that Hive service we have started like this. Okay. Now two tables are important. So in exam, this kind of question can be asked: manage table, external table. So this is how you start. You write down Hive and then you press enter. You get the Hive prompt. And how do you create manage table? Create table employee. We have also created like this. Let me start here. Localhost 50070. So you people are working with the latest edition. I told you my hardware is older, 2016. So some changes are there, some notes changes are there, more options are given here in the newer version. Older version is like uh, fewer options are there. Fine. So what I was telling that in user, I think Hive and warehouse and the databases are here. And inside databases, we can see the table name. Okay. Main tab 9 department. I think till here we have learned a lot. So let me go to quickly. So these are the queries. Why we create queries like this? Row format delimiter. Why we tell like this? Because our data is like that. So let me open the data. Where is my data actually? DPT. Why it's I'm not getting file. Where is my file? Department. DPT. It's again not here. File is again not here. So let me show you with this employee. Okay, yeah, this is a good one. So you see our data is arranged like this in our unstructured way. How we are separating data using this slash. You see, using this slash we are separating our data. So after we have this data, then we have this data, then we have this data. Again we have this data, again after this slash we have another data, after the slash we have another data. So how we want to read this data? That's why we have to tell Hive that all the row format delimited, there is a delimiter available, and all the fields are terminated by slash t. That right now there is no slash t. Okay, let me come to this. So what we need to do, we need to load data into Hive, either local file system or SDFS, and then this is the way we load the data. I think we have seen last time. And then this is the way we can create external table. What is the difference between managed table and external table? That managed table, if you delete, all the data will be deleted, but in external table, if you delete, data will be deleted from metadata of Hive. What is metadata? Meta table of Hive. In meta table of Hive, you store important information, where my tables are there, where actual data are. All this information will be stored in metadata. So usually we tell it as a Hive metadata. Okay, Hive metadata is stored where? Stored in SQL database. Once again, remember, where is Hive metadata is stored? Hive metadata is stored in SQL database. Okay, remember, this is very, very important. So which SQL database? Usually we store, I mean, whenever you install Hive, it comes with a Derby database. But we can change it to MySQL, Postgres, any database you can take. Okay, fine. So actually we call it as a meta store. Where do we store meta store? We store meta store in a SQL database, so that we can have all this information securely. Fine, all this information meta store stores table name, schema definition, column information, partition key, etc. etc. Fine. So let me show you directly. Yeah, I think all these commands we have executed. Let me show databases. So these many databases are available. I created with my name only, Hirsch double L, Hirsch triple L, like that. Okay, and then show tables. And then if I want to use Hirsch triple L, semicolon, it says okay, that means I'm inside into this database. Then I can write down show tables, and there are these two tables, department, main tab, and these two tables we can see same as here. If I go back warehouse, I can see Hirsch triple A database, department, main tab, and both tables are where data we have kept. Okay, so main tab 9, this how we need to create. So row format delimited is available. That means there are delimiters are available. Now you see this is the delimiter. This is the delimiter. Okay, like that, some delimiters are available. So for to separate data from unstructured file. Okay, so row format terminated by bar, fields terminated by, sorry. So this is the field terminated by, I mean this bar, this is one field, we mean to say. This is second field, this is third field. One field, second field, third field. Lines terminated by slash n. This lines terminated by slash n. After one line, we have second line, third line, fourth line, like that. These are lines terminated by slash n. That means new line. Okay. So we are telling Hive that this is how you separate data, so that it can read data efficiently and put it in a table format, structure format. And we can load data. This is my department text file. We can load it. And yeah, we can create using location keyword also. Create, manage an external table using location keyword. That means what? A particular location we want to create, then we can use location keyword. Okay, I'm not executing this because very easy. I will supply this document to you. I think I already uploaded this document. Okay, that these are my notes. So, using location keyword means what? Stored as a text file location. By default, if you don't give this location keyword, it will store where it will store in a default way, where whenever default location. But if you give location particular that I want to store my table in this particular location, then you just need to give this extra line stored as text file location, and then you don't need to provide location of what, of Hadoop. Okay. Fine. So next thing is same way external table. If you want to create external table, then there is some location here. You can give location, and with this location, my table will be stored there. Okay. Okay. So now, how do we alter it table? How do we alter that table? Okay. So let's run this query. So it's written here. If you want to rename the table or add multiple columns into the existing table, we can do that using alter statement. So I want to rename my Hive table. There is a query alter table, existing table name, rename to new table name. And if you want to add extra columns, then add alter table, existing table name, add columns and schema. Okay, so let's rename table. Okay, what is the table name here? Let's okay. Now, meanwhile, if you need out, write down chat box. So, how many tables are there? You see, department table is there. If I want to alter table, let me hide this. Alter table, dpt, rename, dpt underscore new. Okay, it's a mistake from my side. Cannot recognize input near rename department underscore new. So, what's the problem here? Alter table department rename to, okay, rename to, sorry I forgot to keyword, rename to department underscore new. Okay, so time taken 0.96 seconds, and okay, now if I write show tables, now you see, you can see the new table name department underscore new. Okay, a lot of things you can do. Adding extra columns, if you want to add extra columns, we can do. Okay, now with this command dest dept underscore new, you can see the content of the table. So you can see the department ID is there, data type is integer, employee ID is there, data type is integer, department name is there, data type is string, department location is the data type is string. Okay. Yeah, let me write down some queries. Select all from dpt underscore new. If I write down like this, it will show me the data, but there is no column name. So there is a one hack. Hack means you have to set this. Let me copy this. Set hive.cli.print.header.true. Once I give, and then if I give again query, it shows me the header as a like column name. What are the column names? First one department ID, then employee ID, this one, then department name, and then department location here. Okay. Okay, one more thing is that create table using existing table. C task. It's short name is C task. Create table using exist table. So from exist table you can create new table. Okay. So if you would like to create a table by selecting one or multiple columns from the existing table, that can be possible using cats. Okay, actually it's a C task only. Once new table has been created, both table will like the independent individual tables. Okay. So let me directly put this query. So I want to create new table employee underscore new. Okay. Uh, Sorry, create table. Now what I will do from this department new table, I want to take two fields only, two columns only. From four columns, I want to take two columns only, and I want to put the two columns in my new table. How do I do that? Create table employee underscore new as select. What's there? EID is there, comma D name is there. You see EID and D name is there. I want to select these two only. Okay, and then from EPT underscore new. This simple query create table as select this one. Okay, now you see in background it launches the map reduce process. Now you see it happens automatically. I mean, you are not supposed to write down any program. This is a beautiful way to do data analysis. It launches MapReduce process internally background, and you can create a new table. Okay? So a lot of tasks has been reduced. That's why Hive is preferable. Pig is preferable. Okay, Hive is why it's preferable. You are not supposed to write down programs. And if you are not familiar with Java, this will be very, very good. Okay, so MapReduce process executed, and you see the reduce map 100% reduce 0%. I mean everything you can see, and then we get the new table. How do I see two tables? You see employee underscore new, then select all from employee underscore new, and you see EID and AD both are here. Put it here. If you want to see description of this, you see employee ID is there, its type is integer, department name is there, its type is string. Fine. Okay. Now next one is partitioning in Hive. What is partitioning in Hive? So yeah, any doubt? No doubt, right? Okay. So we would like to provide one more layer of separation for your data, and while selecting data using partition keys, the retrieval data will be very fast compared to non tables. What is partitioning? That based on the key one, we want to retrieve the data. Remember, we want to retrieve data based on key, so that we will get particular data very fast manner. Okay, we are talking about very large amount of data. We are talking about gigabytes or petabytes of data. So all those data we want to get. Okay, so that I mean, you see, we are right now we are dealing with very small data, very very small. Okay, if we want to get a very large amount of data, we have to use a lot of techniques, turnarounds. So partitioning is one of the technique. Okay, so what we do first, we have to create table using partition key, partition by. So using which partition we want to create? I mean, we want to partition the table. So yeah, let's create the table here so that I can show you. Create table. Employee underscore country. Then EID integer, comma, ename string, comma, eself integer. Now is very important partition by. We are supposed to write down partition by. So here my query is written here, partition by e country string. What do you mean by this? You see partition by e country string. So you want to my partition my table using e country. E country column we are not defined here. We are defining that column here. Now I want to partition my table using e country. Next, row format delimited. Field terminated by slash. I'm not writing here, I'm just copy pasting. Because our data is like this, you see I've shown you the data. Data is in this format. That's why we are giving slash. I mean the bar. Stored as a text file. We want to store it as a text file. That's it. Semicolon means end of the query. Enter. Oh my god. This is the problem. Okay, I think it's a field terminated by, right? Now let me check. Yeah, it's a fields. Instead of fields, we have given this only field. So what we do, let me write down once again. Partition by fields terminated by bar. Sorry, row format element. Okay. Then fields terminated by bar. Stored as a text file. Okay, once again, expecting simulator nearby in table row format. Okay, I think I copy pasted. That's why. Let me once again. Fields. Okay, this is how, I mean, when I copy pasted, there was some, literally, it's not able to identify. Stored as a text file, right? Once again, let me check before I give enter. Create table, partition by, perform filtering by bars, and stored as a text file, okay? Okay, now it's good. We have created one table. Let me write down DSC EMP underscore country. Sorry, it's EMP. Now you see, it added one more information, partition information. So, using this column name e country, we are partitioning this table. Now, how do we do that? Let's see. Okay, how do we load that data? So we can load the data. So okay, first let me check. Employee.txt is available. I think this is employee.txt, yes. But there is no more information. Let me check. We have elaborate data available with me. Okay, here is, but I still. Let me give new name for this employee. Employee new. Employee new.txt. Now I'm going to load that data in my partition table. Okay. Yes, load data local in path And then path I need to give. What's the path here? Uh, it's in home. So again, let me check. Home or downloads. Path you are supposed to give here. Then what's the text file name? emp underscore new dot txt. Emp underscore new dot txt file is there. Okay. Into table, into table employee country emp underscore country. Uh, is this the right name? Yes. Employee country. Now the next thing is partition. We need to give this one. Now I need to change this, otherwise it won't identify this literal. Now instead of India, what I'm supposed to give? I'm supposed to give. Sorry, I'm supposed to give IND. I'm supposed to give IND. Okay, just give me one moment. I need to write down chat box, please. Yes, sorry for this little bit delay. So what I was telling you that this is how we give India, okay, but India is not the right answer because in this table we have IND. We have IND. So using this IND keyword, I'm going to divide my data. So what I mean to say, using this IND keyword, if I partition my table, that means I will get this to uh, row or this to information very fast, in a very fast manner. That is what I mean to say. Okay. So if you have very large amount of data, then this will be very helpful. But with this small data, let's do that. IND. IND. Let's do this. Okay. Now, in background, it launches the process, and you see it has loaded data. Okay. And now, let's see that table again. So, employee ID, employee name, employee salary, employee country, these columns are there partitioned by this. But let me write and select all from EMP underscore country. You see, it shows me the data using India only. Okay. I think we have made some mistake or what? In this employee underscore new, everything is India. Let me check the data. Okay, that thousand is for India. Others are not IND. See a partition by India. First twos are okay, rest of the are again India. Some mistakes are there. Anyway, I think you get an idea that using this partition by, what we can get India column rows only, rows related to India only. Some problems are there in the data, or we have not employee underscore new text. We have again e country by, that is a e country by and the names are good, everything is good, seems okay. Why? Anyway, let me move further. I think you have some idea. Fine. So Hive collection data types are there. Collection data types means what? Data types, some primitive data types means integer, float. Okay, but collection data types means what? Where we have large amount of data, where some data are together. Some data are together. Let's say one number is there and some name is there. If you want to store that kind of data, then we have collection type of data types are there. Okay. So semi-structured kind of data, then we have three collection data types available with primitive types. One is array, like this we can define growth array. Structure is there in C, the way C structure was there, same way address structure. Map is there. Okay, it's a for key and value kind of data. So map, this is key and this is my boolean is a value. And we can create data like this. Can create data like this. Okay. So let me create a comp data.txt here. So let me show you how this, how do we deal with this kind of thing. First, let me search. Do we have that kind of search is not working. There is no data which we are looking for. So in download, let me create one text file. How do I create text file? Touch. And what was the name? Comp company data.txt. Comp data.txt. And now that file has been created. So let me just copy paste this data. The search is very slow. Why? I don't understand. But we'll wait a little bit. Okay, com data here. Yeah, because a lot of files are available. Now you see. Now this kind of data, this is very complex a little bit. Okay, why complex? Because this kind of data you will occur, you may encounter in your day-to-day life, and this kind of data has been generated by so many sensors. So it's our duty to separate it and do perform analysis. Fine. Okay. So now check out here. This is the some ID. It's not getting saved. I mean, saving it's again taking time. So company name, the address is there. 807585. It's again some values are given, and with this value, I think good, true, bad, false. Okay, some opinion is given. Again, some second company and some address is given. Some values are given. How do we deal with this kind of data? We have to make table which can accommodate this sort of data. How do we do that? So we have to create one table. Let me close it so it won't occupy some memory. So we have to create one table. Okay, I'm not going to, let me just copy paste all these things. Okay, otherwise this will take a lot of time. So what we are doing, we are creating one table which is special, which can accommodate a lot of things. Now you see, we are creating table, collect man 9. First we have what? Company ID. It's a simple integer, so that is why we have integer. Company name is, you see, company name is composed of what? Company name is composed of that company name as well as it's a short name. Infosys is known as Infi, Tata, TCS known as, I mean, Tata Consultancy Service known as TCS. There are two fields. How do we accommodate two fields? So we can accommodate two fields using struct. So inside struct, we can give field like this. Full name and the small name. Both are string. This is how we can accommodate. Next field is what? Address. You see, first one is some street name or street number, and then there are some address is there, city name is there, state name is there. There are four fields. So we have to create one structure which can accommodate this all these four fields with different data types. So company address, structure, road number, street name, city, and state. And road number is again integer. Enter. I hope I am not mute or disconnected. Fine. In and out, write down chat box. Okay. You see, we are creating some complex data. Okay. Okay. Next one is what? Let's see. After that, we have some numbers. So these are integer numbers. So I think these are the reviews. Let me tell you, these are the reviews of the company. So how do we give reviews? We can write down, we can paste previous reviews, error in integer. Whatever data, three numbers are there for data to one company, will store in a error. What we have next? Some opinion. No, kind of opinion. Good, true, bad, false. You see, these are Boolean values. How do we create? So, growth preference. What was a growth preference? So, there we can put using map the key value pair. So inside map we have key and value pair, and the round bracket we have completed here. Okay, now we have given the schema. After schema, what we are supposed to give? We are supposed to give how we are going to separate data from that table. Okay, so that thing we are supposed to give. Row format delimited, we have to inform that yeah, there are delimiters available. Control V is not working, so row format delimited. And then fields terminated by bar, yeah, that's right. You see data, fields terminated by bar. If it's terminated by some /t tab, we have to give /t. I have to change this literal, otherwise it will give me some error. Collection item terminated by comma. Now very important. What are the collection items? You see, collection data type. You see here we have used collection data type. Again we have used collection data type. So these data are separated by comma. This data separated by comma. This data separated by comma. Okay, you have to write down like this. Again, I need to give this. Fine. And map key terminated by colon. How map keys are separated? You see, true, I mean key value. So key, how we are ending the key using this column. Again, key value, how we are ending the key using column. That is again we need to supply here. Again, I need to supply it. And last one is stored as a text file. All the data we want to store as a text file. Whatever data will come in background will store as a text file. Semicolon, that means end of query. Oh, so big error. I think I missed something. It's headache. Where I missed, I think the double times is there. Let me give once again. Create table and create table. What's the next? Structure. And then company address. Then the previous revenue. And the growth preference. Okay, fine. I think there are no error. Now row format delimited. Then fields terminated by bar. Then this collection terminated by comma. Okay, map key terminated by colon and stored as a text file. Again error. What are the errors? String boolean cannot recognize input near string boolean row in primitive type specification. Okay, I think that was the same. Okay, I'm sorry. Here the angular bracket I missed. Yeah. If I write down here, let me just copy. I hope I'm not missing anything now. Okay. This round bracket starts here. Angular bracket ends. Angular brackets here. Angular bracket ends. Angular brackets. Now I think everything is good, right? Okay, let me just copy paste here. Okay, so now what's the problem again? String underscore boolean. Is this a problem? No. Okay, I think I'm making some mistake in string underscore boolean. Growth map. I think it's right here. Okay, let me just quickly search on Hive. Data type. Okay, in map data type, I think I'm forgetting comma. So map string underscore and it should be comma, and it's not any comma. I think I'm making this underscore. Now just to run again. Mismatch input item expecting items near collection table row format column separate. Collection item terminated by Okay, items. Fine. Collection items. Store. What is the problem in store? Stored. Okay, there are a lot of many mistakes I'm making. STORED, stored. Now there should not be any mistake. Okay, now finally we have completed. Let me just edit this file, otherwise you will also make mistake at the time of creating. So this is the right one. Create table. And, here. Fine. Save. Okay, I may not be able to put it here, but anyway, it's read only. Anyway, let's move further. Next step is to load this text file. Load this file into my um, what we can say table. First, let me save the space. Won't create any problem. So let me just copy. A lot of time we have wasted. So I'll just change it here. Collect main name table has been created. Home Hush then downloads, and here was the name comp data. Comp C O N P. Okay. Whenever we do copy paste, literals map. There is no file like that. CO COMP data. Okay, now you see data has been inserted. Let's check. Select all from collect man 9. Now see company data, company ID, it's an integer. Company name, you see in the structure we have put company address, all the way we have put in structure. Then previous revenue we are putting in array. Then the growth preference we are putting in a key value pair. This is how we load the data. Here you have to create your schema whenever you make your Hive table, and then you have to put table data into it. Okay. Fine. Okay. Now let's. Now this is the. I mean, this is not the right. I mean, after this, what? After this, we have to do analysis. So let's do some analysis. So uh, let's take full name. When where is this full name? You see, full name. I just want full name. What I will do? Select full name. Sorry, and then company name. COMPNN. Company name dot full name. Okay, so I will have to give path of this full name. Where is my full name actually? In company name table, there is a full name. Then from collect man 9. Okay, I can see the full Infosys and Tata Consultant. Same way, we can retrieve all this information. We have to give the path actually. Fine. Okay, I think one more query is there. Let me just copy paste it here. So, what was the previous revenue in the first year? Collect my 9 is a table. So, select. So, what was the previous revenue? Like 75 and 96. Okay, so 1 means what? It gets 0 and 1 value. So 0, it starts with 0. Okay, array starts with 0. So 75 and 96. Okay, that is a value. It gets 1 from both 75 and 96 here. If we write down 0, it will get 0th value from the both data. So it gets 80 and 90. Okay, fine. So this was about collections of Hive. Fine. Let's see order by and sort by after 5 minutes quick break, everyone. And I hope everyone is getting what I mean to say, what I'm teaching here. Just say yes or no. Are you getting or not? Fine. Let's have some 2-3 minutes break and then we'll come back here. Then we'll again, I will try to complete the rest of the things on Hive. Tomorrow we need to complete Hive, entire chapter. Fine. Okay, everyone. So let's move ahead with the Hive. We are seeing a lot of things in Hive. So next one is order by and sort versus sort by. So there is a difference. And if we write this query, uh, so let me write down first query order by. So which table we have? So let me write down show tables. Okay. So collectment 9, department new, employee country, employee new. So let me write down select. No, let me take momentum 9. Momentum 9 is again DPT new. So yeah, department underscore new, there are some data are there, we can order by. We can put order by. So what we do, so uh, so actually return is here, number of reducer tasks determined compile time is 1. So if we are not specifying how many reducers we want, then compile time it will choose only one reducer. Okay. And the same way select all from table name, sort by, column name. We can give the same way order by and sort by. So sort by will give better performance result than order by. Sort by is better than order by. Okay. So select all from. Let me write down. Select all from dpt underscore new order by. Which order by we want? Let's say we want order by. Which one is not order by? Department name. That's very bad. You see, map reduce process invoke, and with this department name, it has run data in capital BPO, then HR, IT. You see, this map reduce process invoke. Same way, we can do the sort by. Again, map reduce process invokes, and we can give data. But you see, within very small data, you will not realize which one is fast. Sort by is faster, and it is written here. So distributive by, it's kind of group. Okay, one more thing is that distributive by. Okay, so it's a kind of group by. Okay. Again, cluster by is a group by and order by. Okay, so let me write down here this query. Distributed by cluster by. Select all from department underscore new, distributed by employee ID. Okay. Hmm. What is it? The table name EPT underscore new, uh, distributed by EID. The ename is an ename column. D name column is there. D name. Okay, some errors are there. What's the error? No viable exception. We require identifier actually. Distributive by cannot recognize. It doesn't recognize distributive by. Can it recognize cluster by? Let me just try it here. Can it create cluster? Select all from dpt underscore new cluster by uh, department name. Okay, this cluster by its, you see, based on this department name, this one, it makes the cluster. First is a BPO, second cluster is this HR, third cluster is IT. Cluster means similar things we put together. Distributed by why it's not working, I'll check later on why it's not working. Anyway, next thing is bucketing. What is bucketing? After that, one more important concept is there. I think after that we'll complete this Hive. What is bucketing? Let's say we have a lot of data, and what we want to put data in different buckets. We want to put data in different buckets, so that is known as a bucketing. Okay, so that we can distribute our data and we can retrieve it easily. We can retrieve it easily. Okay. Okay. So let me just create one bucket. Uh, I'll just explain you from here. I'll try to do that. So first of all, bucket 9 is the table name, employee ID, employee name, and employee salary is there. And then what we are doing, we are creating 4 buckets. Based on this employee ID, we will create 4 buckets. So you might be asking, sir, how this creates 4 buckets based on employee ID? So that is what we will see. You see, employee ID is 0. So there are 4 buckets. What we'll do, and the first one is what, 100. First column is 100. So 100 modulo 4. What will get answer? Modulo means it's a operator, divisible operator. So we can answer 0. So 100 will go to this our first bucket. Next employee ID is 101. We will put apply modulo operator. Will give answer for 1. So this row will go to the first bucket. 102 modulo 4. That means what? 102 modulo 4. That means what? It's like answer is 2. So it goes to second bucket. 103 modulo 4. It gives answer as a 3. That means it goes to third bucket. Again 104 comes. So again modulo 4, because 4 buckets were created. So modulo 4 means we will get answer 0. Again this goes to my 0 bucket. That means first bucket. Okay. So this is how we are arranging data in a bucket so that we can apply data efficiently. We can store data efficiently. Okay. Yeah. So my data is a row format delimited. What's there? Fields limited by. Again, I need to. FILDS. Again, spelling mistake is there. Anyway. I know where is the problem. FIELDS. Okay, now the this table has been created with 4 buckets. With employee ID, we'll create 4 buckets. Okay, and what we can do. So employee country. What is there in employee country? Let me just check. Uh, okay, employee country is there. So what we'll do, we'll insert. Now this query is very important. What we are doing, inserting into this bucket while copying from employee country. So insert overrides table bucket 9. This table bucket 9, we are overwriting using only these 3 value from employee country. You see, it launches this MapReduce process and it puts data into employee bucket 9. So select all from bucket 9. You see, bucket 9 has been created, but Let me show you. So, partition. If we download this data, we will get the partition. Anyway, I think the partition we cannot see here, but let me just for verification purpose, let me just download it. And data is in sequential format. So yeah, you see data is in sequential format. So it will store like this only. When you want to see the bucket information right now, the data is in sequential format. Let me remove this. So it won't. Sorry. Searching. Let us start here. Just hold on, my laptop has been stuck. Fine, anyway. Yeah, we can create partition bucketing for more efficient way to do applying all these things. Okay. Next one is very important. Next topic is user defined function known as UDF in Hive. So in exam, either GT or this mid semester, this question will be asked. What is UDF in Hive? How do you do this? How do you apply this? Okay. So UDF very important to implement. We require Java program. What is user defined function? User defined function means uh, some functions are given. Even if you see in SQL database, some functions are given. Okay. Some desired functionality if you are not achieving using predefined function. So some functions are made. So let me show you some functions. If I write show functions, you see these are the functions of Hive, predefined functions. Even the plus is the function. Let me try function 2 plus 2. Sorry, step 2 plus 2. It's not identifying the function. Plus is a function. Then average is a function. Do we have some function? Then I can show you. We can apply using table format only. Sign. Some function is here. How do we apply some function? Let's try 2 plus 2. No, we cannot apply some function like this. But let me give you one example. Mm, uh, I think all this we have a lot of function we have used. Length function. Some function count function. Okay, count function. Let's try. Select what we write count EID from EMP underscore entry COU and TRI. Okay, how many counts we get? 7 counts. What do you mean by this? That means we are counting how many employee IDs are there. So 7 employee IDs are there in our that table. Okay. So count is a function. That means the programming has been done in background. Now the question is, what if we require one function which is not available there, which is not available there here in Hive? So we can apply, we can code that function in Java, and then we can apply the function here. That is what we wanted to do. So there are three ways: UDF, UDF, and UDTH. So we'll just see UDF only. UDF, I'll just tell you, UDTH will not see that. UDF is what? User defined function. So these are the steps. We have to write a class that will extend the base of UDF. First, we need to write a class that will extend the UDF. So in order to write the business logic, we need to override function called evaluate. We have to override this evaluate function. For execution purpose, add the dependent jar file, create our own jar file, and deploy something in Hadoop environment where Hive is running. And we can add jar file like this in a Hive. And then we can create temporary function. Now, this is what temporary function. There are some ways where we can apply in the permanent function, but right now we have temporary function. Okay, now let's see what we are doing. Let me start NetBeans. We have a lot of time available with this. Meanwhile, do we have any doubt? Anything? No. Yeah, so let's start NetBeans, and then we'll see that function, how to create video function. NetBeans is taking time to load. We'll wait a little bit till this NetBeans starts. Even after NetBeans starts, it takes a little bit 1-2 minutes time to download some necessary files. Once NetBeans starts, we get the icon here. I think it's running or what? It's running actually. It's loading. Okay, so ID has been started. We wait 1 minute, 2 minutes because otherwise this fine. Okay, so Hive UDF we want to do. This is our big data program in Java. We want to do what Hive UDF program. Okay, so already the programs are already made here. Let me just check why it's giving me error. So I can show it from here, or shall I do that? Some jar files are missing. Okay, instead of that, let me make a new project here. Hive function. Create new project, Java application. Next, Hive function. Finish. Now in Hive function, what it says, So first we need to give dependent jar file in Hive function. So the dependent jar file, uh, I need to search first of all dependent jar file because a lot of time has been passed and might have lost. So just wait while I figure out the dependent jar file. Not here. Okay, first I need to apply Hadoop core as well as Hive exec 1.2. So in Hive function, I need to first code Apache Hive user. We don't have a jar file here. Mm, okay, here. Hadoop core jar file. Now, the BBC, business codes. Uh, I need to download Apache Hive jar file. So let me download Apache Hive jar file here. Let's download older one or newer one. I don't know newer one whether it supports or not, but let's see. We'll download. Oh, it's a 38.7 MB, very large. Let me just have a look. Why I don't have. I have an exit 1.2.0. I think I will get it. That file from here. User local host. User local file. And here in library, I may get Hive Okay, hi hyphen exec file is here and I'm downloading it. Fine. So let me not here. The function where is it? Here, properties, library, HR, user, local, Hive, library, Hive hyphen exec. Yeah, this file I'm looking for. So we have just added the file in our NetBeans. Let me stop that. No, discard. Don't want this jar file right now. Okay. I think in this Hive function, what we have done, we have added two jar files. One is for Hadoop, second is for Hive. Now let's do some programming. Okay. First of all, what it says, we need to extend base of UDF. We have to extend UDF. So Hive function here class extends UDF. Let's say based on the jar file we have added, yeah, it identifies the UDF, the same QL exec. So high query length exec UDF. Okay. Next one is what we are doing. Let me just one by one copy paste the code here. So what we are doing? First of all, we are defining one text variable. The text is a word again, Hadoop data type. So for that, we have to import Hadoop data type. Where is it? Hadoop. Yeah, Hadoop data type. Okay, text again error. A function result text. I don't understand why is it. But anyway, so what we are doing, what function we are making actually, we are making function. What it does, it takes a word and it strips its blank space. Okay, it takes a word, I mean two words, and it strips its blank space. That is the function. That is what we want to design. Okay, I think let me copy uh, entire thing here. That would be good. Then I'll replace the. So strip. We need to give Hive function. Hive function public class private text. Okay, that's because copied in the word, so everything gets capitalized. So I just need to reverse. Okay, so what happens here? What is this? Let me take proper example from another program. Hive function. Okay, now here what happens? Text is again Hadoop data type. So what we apply evaluate function. Okay, we have to override evaluate function as per the definition. We have to override evaluate function. We are overriding evaluate function and we are passing one string. So if string is null, it will return 0. But string is not null, then what we do? We strip using this inbuilt string function of Java. We strip the blank spaces and put those words together again. So you see, if you want to strip using some bars, let's say not blank space but bars. So if we are supplying string here and we have to supply another some character. Using that we want to strip, we want to separate that character words. So here there is we are just applying some words. It will strip it, and instead of the here we are supplying some character. So we are supplying and we are overriding this evaluate function, and we get the result. It returns the result. So this is the function which we have made. Okay. Now, what is the next step? We have added jar files. Now what is the next step is to create a very less time we have a function. Okay, I think we'll keep tomorrow. How do we run this and how do we execute it? We'll keep it tomorrow. Tomorrow's lecture. Fine. Okay, everyone, write down number in chat box. We'll end our session here. Okay, so most of you have written the number. Let me stop presentation. Let me close the Hadoop also. And let me stop recording also. Thank you everyone. We'll meet next tomorrow's lecture. Okay.